Hello, my name is Commodore Phil Morgenthaler of Star Trek The Fleet, messaging the USS KAGA, of which I have recently become aware of. USS KAGA, I recently have had the wonderful opportunity to speak to your captain, Matthew Ross. During that conversation, we had spoken about a few things, and I was actually very impressed with some of the things that he has told me. First of all, a 45-member crew I know is actually quite a feat to accomplish. Something that we are always striving for is a large number. Not that the numbers matter as much as the personal connections, but more so that when you have large numbers, it does say something about your organization and what it brings to people. And it sounds like you have a wonderful group going there and a lot of good things going on. So I applaud you for that. Being an independent organization from any other Star Trek club is also kind of scary to start with. Star Trek The Fleet did start similarly, wanting to shed away from other organizations, not because they're bad, and not because that we have seen negativity on our side, but more so their rules didn't seem to fit the way we wanted to do it. Yes, we do have a lot of rules, but they're always intended to enhance the experience of being in a Star Trek group, but also delegate responsibilities so that it doesn't all fall on one set of shoulders. So a little bit really quick about Star Trek The Fleet. Star Trek The Fleet is currently Southern California based. We only have 2 ships, so it's a really small fleet right now. We have the USS Artesia, which is our flagship, and the USS Oracle. Each ship does cosplay as a different Star Trek era. The USS Artesia does the Deep Space Nine uniforms, where the USS Oracle does the Kelvin timeline uniforms. We are looking to expand. I have a meeting tomorrow morning, hopefully, with members in Ontario, California, to hopefully talk to them about starting their own ship, taking the USS Oracle from, the USS Ontario from a different Star Trek club that is currently shut down, and trying to revitalize it so the people in that area have the opportunity to do some Star Trek stuff. So we're kind of excited about that. 3 things that Star Trek The Fleet stands for is costuming, fandom, and charity. Charity being a big thing that I think gets lost on a lot of groups. I know some other Star Trek groups actually have their 501c3, which is an American tax code saying that basically they are a charity company. Star Trek The Fleet, we don't have that, but we do partner with other charity organizations. The USS Artesia, for example, partners with the American Cancer Society as a way to fight back against cancer. I kind of bring this up because, first of all, I am aware that you had a vote, and it was pretty well, hands down, voted down to join the fleet. I wanted you to know that even though I was kind of hoping, even though I was told not to get my hopes up, I was kind of hoping that maybe you would join. But it does sound like you have things going really well over there, and how much support we could offer from across the Pacific Ocean, it would be questionable, other than just moral support and cheering each other on, which I think is the biggest thing from cross-club things that doesn't happen very often, is cheering each other on. So despite the fact that you voted down joining the USS, or the Star Trek The Fleet, I do still want you to know that you guys have a group of friends over here in Southern California that is cheering you on. I do intend to bring up a lot of this with my crew of the USS Artesia very soon, which is the flagship, and just kind of tell the story. One thing that Captain Ross told me that I was very upset to hear was that members of your organization has had run-ins with other Star Trek clubs that was not very favorable. When it comes to racism, bigotry of any kind, fear-mongering, threats of physical violence. These are things that in our fandom, in our day-to-day fun things, we don't want to have. It really appalls me to hear these kinds of things have happened. My goal as Commodore, eventually Admiral of the fleet, is that kind of thing will not stand. We will not allow members to bully or harass anyone. Yes, there is misunderstandings, and that happens. We're human. It's okay. But when there is outright bullying and threats of violence, that's where we draw the line over here. Absolutely. And no one should accept that. So I do want to say to the crew of the USS KAGA that you have nothing to fear over here. In fact, you have friends here in Southern California that are cheering you on. So with that, I'm going to sign off. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you. Live long and prosper.